Alrighty, hello everyone. Oh, audio levels look a little bit close. Oh goodness, I need to fix a couple of things. Hold on one second. Forgot to close this out before starting the stream. Hey Chris, happy Friday. Let me turn down the music a bit on my end, which will then turn it down the stream end, so I gotta restore that. I hope everyone's having a good couple of weeks in Netrunner. It's been a couple busy weeks, and I want to talk about that. I also want to try and build a Umbrella Arasana because I realize I have not played with that card at all since its release, and it seems like it would be fun to do. And I did some post-CBI analysis, and I kind of want to make a video about this, but I have to kind of... what's the word? I gotta kind of gather some thoughts on it first. Oh, looks like music is still a touch loud. That looks probably like a better volume, but let me know if that's not quite right. Oh, that's exciting to hear, Game of Droids. I need to get together some... There's always so much stuff to do, and I'm like hoping that after March or maybe May, I'll be a little bit less slammed with OP stuff and go back to some of my fun projects. But it's gonna be a busy few months for me, I think. Okay, so there's parts of this list I like, parts of it I really don't. But it's like a decent starting shell. Okay. So we're gonna go. Yeah, this is the whole rain tie-in is umbrella for singing in the rain. That is the whole thing. So we're gonna put a namesake umbrella in. I'm gonna start with 2 egrets because I feel like it's a pretty important card. I might even put in a single Palangi. And we do need actually quite a few Trojans that we can just throw down. Yeah, I know. I did immediately start thinking of the... Oh shoot, who was it? The Spider-Man boy doing that dance sing-along cover thing. Okay, Ika seems good. I guess we could do Tom Holland, thank you. We could try Living Mural because it does actually do something a little bit better here. Though I think we might still play the Ika, Living Mural, and Umbrella. Okay. So this is our Breaker Suite. We need Trojans. I guess the question is... You know, I haven't tried this in a long time. I feel like twinning Arasana might be the right way to go. I don't know if they usually do or don't. I know an umbrella featured prominently in this Singing in the Rain adaptation, but it was certainly an adaptation, is words I'll say for it. Okay. This one definitely went a little hard. So, I am normally not a big DZMZ and Arasana user. But we are much more memory locked we actually have to have Trojans to put down. So, our list literally doesn't work without it, so I'm more okay with putting an extra MU in the list. There is part of me that instead of DZMZ Optimizer wants to use Cyberdelia. Because I can't help myself, and we're spending a lot to break. We probably do want a Hush. Do we want a Clot? Let's put a Clot. We'll wait and see on the Clot. I'm a big Diesel fan. I'm a big Creative Commission. I'm a big Dirty Laundry fan. SMC seems good. Creative Commission is good. Simulchip is good. Game Address, I'm not sure what you're calling greedy here. A single DZMZ I actually think is like... I stand by that as being principled, not greedy. Let's go with 2 bones as well. We'll do 1 bones. So we're not going to run Conduit in this build. Cyberdelia is greedy, yeah. Environmental testing is like a classic Jeff card. But now I have like 4 influence to spend. Like, Bravado is not a bad spend here. Hey Lucy, we're trying to figure out what we could do with Umbrella Arasana. So we have a win con. It's twinning, right? So the way we're charging twinning is Bones and Urban Art Vernissage. We can also just actually straight up charge it with Flux. So we're playing like real Control Shaper. We probably need a we could probably, instead of using a turbine, use the other one. What's it called? Takobi, right? Hey, Cror. Is one DZMZ? Yes, because our endgame board, we are actually, unlike the conduit versions, our win condition doesn't cost us MU. So I think that actually significantly improves our MU drop. Like, yes, there's 17 programs here, you know, if we drop all the SMCs, but we're not going to have all of these installed. So having 7 MU down, 1 for each breaker, a Takobi, and then 3 Trojans, I think should be pretty comfortable for us. Let's not run the Bravado. Do I just go with a second Bones and be very boring? And then we have the slot for Clot. We'll cut an overclock. I'm short on draw here. Like, I actually kind of need my opponent to install ice so I can umbrella and draw through that. Maybe we don't need the Palangi. I feel like that's maybe not a card we need. I feel like it actually might be really good, though. Let's play one Shishtushka for the lulz. I mean, well, we could cut the Bones and do a diversion of funds or something. Oh, you know what actually might be nice, though, is a single labor rights to recur our simul chips. Look, Clot is the correct choice. I'm going to play the labor rights to recur my simul chips. Just so that we never run out. Okay, we're at 46. We've got 3 diesels. We have no additional draw except Lily Pad and Umbrella. You know what? We're going to leave this as is, I think. Biobands. I don't actually love Biobands because this list is going to play really close to the ground on Econ, and so it can sometimes be hard to Biobands out a good target. I don't disagree that it's probably a good include, but I think it's not as good of an include in this list where, like, our Econ is in such a weird spot. But there's 3 diesels for draw. I'm not that high on Nuka, honestly, in this list. Okay. Oh, so the reason I'm not going down to, so with no slat vandals in the list, I'm not, oh, if I include instead of labor, yeah. Wheels is just the better include, I think. What's the flux capacitor hitting? Testings and twinning, yeah. Mostly it's there for twinning. It'll probably get cut in later editions, right? We're playing some sillier stuff tonight, though. Okay. Yeah, no, Wheels is actually, I think, really solid. Like, if I was... I'm like debate... So I'm running a circuit opener at Pandemonium in Cambridge, Massachusetts tomorrow. If for some reason you're in driving distance of that, but didn't already know about it, you should think about coming out. Oh, cut the flux for Stone Ship. I think that makes a ton of sense, especially because it is draw. But oh, I'm also on the wrong. I should be on Tiny Face, Jeff. I logged onto the stream to copy your homework, but I suppose this is fine too. Yeah, so, you know, I don't know. So, yeah, CO at Pandemonium tomorrow, what is it, January 20th. Probably another event, next event in Boston that I'm organizing will be sometime in May. And hey, Chris is running a CO in Berkeley, California. So if either of those are near you, you should make it out. It's been a really wild meta. I may have to not play Arasana for the first time at a competitive event since Arasana's release. But we'll see. We'll see. I should probably refine the corp I'm playing a little bit, but we'll see. I'm going to this CO with the intent to have fun and facilitate other people to have fun. Not gonna try hard this one. Yeah, Wheels is very good, Shishu. I would agree. Wheels is like a way better influence spend than the second Bones. It's a better influence spend than the labor rights. Let's put Bones in. Wheels in, I mean. It's funny because, like, I think if you're up against only PD, I'm not super high on Wheels. I just don't think it's actually worth the slot. For saying I'm really tempted to play Tagmazai tomorrow, but I don't think it's quite good enough. Obelisk was so important to the deck. Yeah, I think so. I would love to see a console that kind of works like Obelisk in the future. I think it would be a lot of fun. Like the draw on access with coupled with a plus hand size effect, I think is really cool. I don't know, like, I don't know. It's I like, part of me is like, could they just reprint the Anarch console? Yeah, Bones is a limited value, Wheels is a higher ceiling. I think Bones is almost always just way more value. Like, I know there's like this, like there is this like, oh yeah, Wheels is forever, Bones is for a limited finite time. I think Wheels is going to struggle to make 10 credits of value. Like, practically, it just doesn't happen that often. To me, it's like the Cotty Jones kind of thing, but both cards are good rather than Cotty Jones being kind of bad. Yeah, but draw on access would be a fun. Honestly, it'd be I would love to see that effect ported over to Shaper. I feel like it would be a good way to give Shapers a small buff, is give them an Obelisk print, right? Actually encourage Shapers to run, which seems to be one of the, like, things that no one's is very difficult to make happen. Yeah, Wheels and Bones get along great. Wheels and Bones, like, are peanut butter and jelly, right? Shapers can get a Daredevil reprint? No. Okay, Shapers can get a Daredevil reprint that says, when the first time each turn you initiate a run, draw one card for every ice protecting that server. Because Daredevil being 5 to install and not drawing until the corp has put 2 ice on the server, it was so terrible. It's not unbreakable, Daria. We can, whatchamacallit, boop it up with, that card, the Takobi. But also, I'm like, if we get wrecked by Gatekeeper Valentau, then we get wrecked by Gatekeeper Valentau and we rethink the deck. And we come up with other solutions. But it's, you know, there's not that much outfit around. You have other lines against outfit, like just having more money, right? I don't know. I think Ice Carver is a pretty bad spot. It's not terrible, I guess, because it doesn't cost MU like the other options do. But it's a card I'm really hesitant to include these days. Like, I would rather spend influence on a career fair, I think, even with only like 3 good targets in the deck. More money than outfit in this economy, it's actually not too difficult. Because what happens is they res an ice somewhere on the board, you put a Cubone on it, and then break it with bad pub and make you like start mopusing for singles. Like that is, and then also you can like fire off 1 or 2 environmental testings and kind of go off. So I don't know, like it's definitely possible. How many sorts of twinning counters do I have? Urban Art Vernissage, Miss Bones, I think that's it. You could maybe include something else, but I don't honestly think we'll need more than that, because we have, like, this is actually the argument for Living Mural, is that it will always generate us credits in the late game and do stuff, and otherwise we should have a card to install every turn without really any issues, I think. Alright, Reality Plus is not an easy matchup for us. This hand's not terrible, though. It's pretty rough. It's really got one card I'm excited about. This hand's also quite rough, though. Do I just have to blind overclock here? Probably not. I think I just go like chip, Pelongi, credit. Okay, I probably will have to take out the federal fundraising here. While opponent's not going to be on too many credits, right? They're going to be on 6 plus whatever happens here. Choose operation, mindscaping on the top. Okay. So server 1 is probably the Ares. We'll have to see. Oh, none of them are the Ares. That's fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna go Diesel. Okay, this is actually a very good draw. I'm gonna overclock server 1. Trash the wage workers. I think I'm just going to overclock server 2. Trash the federal fundraising. Creative commission here. We can still spend a click 2 credits, clear 2 tags. Yep. Okay. So we're going to draw. Can I laundry server 5 here? I don't think I can, so I think I have to laundry archives and then shake 2 tags. Reaper function off the top. Okay. I'm gonna draw wheels on remote server 6. Okay, I don't think we need to touch this one yet, and we can click for a credit here. Yeah, opponent being on no ice is not great for me here. Yep. Alright, we're gonna draw. Let's see, Reaper function isn't killing me unless server 5 is something. So let's go just scout out what this board is. Okay. A little surprised that wasn't res last turn. So they've failed on asset twice, so there's going to be something probably that we care about in the hand. I guess not. Alright, so we're playing Mindscaping to draw. So how are this combo is going to be... okay. So draw... I wonder if I should be including a Parisha here. Okay. We will move a tag, gain a credit, discard an egret. Okay, we're resing wage workers at a random time. So what are we doing here? Triple install Oppo for 4. I just can't really do anything about it. Oh wow, that's pretty solid. So this is where not being on, what do you call it? Not being on conduit does stink here because I can't really get my engine going. Oh yeah. Do I care actually? Am I dead to public trail? I don't think so. Okay. Let's draw. Run server 13. Okay, so this turn I'm getting Oppos for sure. Yeah, we're just gonna draw again. So we probably have some tricks here. Federal fundraising. Okay, Bologna, sure. No Oppo is pretty good for me. Let's draw. Do I know what server 10 is? I feel like I do. No, I don't. Okay. I don't think I actually care about Rashida here as much as I care about not dying. I mean, this is an ice list. My opponent's just playing pretty ice light, which is fine. It's kind of expected, honestly. Okay, we're going to install the simul chip. And now I can burst to 9 credits if I need to. Okay, so we're gonna have to check all 3 remotes. It's a weird sequence to do that in. Okay, so I think I go something like Pisha here, draw a card. We're gonna go Hannah on server 14. No action. Actually, I probably should have trashed that, to be honest. Run server 15. No action on the federal fundraising. Click, remove a tag. This is... And then we run server 12. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Arasana, install egret here. Oh, it has to be rezzed. Oh, that's terrible. Then I'm going to simul chip the egret for cleaver, and we're going to fully break the ping. Hey, cat. We'll gain a click. We don't need to add Peaches out of the group. We, in fact, cannot. We will fully break the ping. Okay. So I really should have trashed Rashida here. Yeah, that was quite silly of me. Let's run HQ and then we'll clear 2 tags. Alrighty. So most likely I lose here. It's also a little bit annoying this was double ping. I could have just gone and stolen the Bologna for very little cost here. It's also very odd that my opponent's running... I mean, to be honest, like, my hope, honestly, is that this sort of deck just gets completely pushed out by Lu. Because I don't see how this deck ever beats a Lu deck. Just, like, frankly. Just imping away all this stuff is very good. And maybe that means we should be playing imp. But... interesting. So we're going to draw. Hey, there's our UAV. It's only been half the game. We're going to run server 17. No action because Amani Sinai doesn't really have relevant text here. Cost me 2 credits to go in here. But not a click, so that's kind of okay. Is this better in NEH? Yeah, I think so. Oh, that sucks for me. Okay. Nope. Yeah, so my opponent can res Lady Liberty and then use federal fundraising to arrange the top or even just score out of hand, and that's game. Oh well, so it goes. Yeah, this is definitely a game where not being on Conduit actually, like, was probably the decider. Oops. Also not being on Aeneas. Yeah, Aeneas is going to be hard in this list because it's already so slot intensive, but we could look at going back to 3. Like, I think if you're going to be on Aeneas, you kind of also have to then be on Buy Advance. Like, it's like a 5 or it's like a 7 influence commitment to the package, I think. Which we have the influence for. It would be like 7 on that, 6 on Twinning, and 2 on Cleaver, I think. Then you also have to be on Conduit. Like, it's just a little tricky. Part of me is also like, hey, we got to 21 cards in our deck before we saw our Urban Art, but yeah. Yeah, for sure this was a bad matchup. And like, I don't expect this deck to be super competitively viable. This is definitely on the sillier side of decks I play. You know, but to be honest, like, could we make this lots? Like, yeah, probably you cut the DZMZ, you cut the labor rights. Maybe you just cut a Twinning. And then go 2 Biobans, 3 Bone, or, yeah, 3 Aeneas, and, like, cut a slot. Like, you probably cut the Flux Capacitor, you cut the DZMZ or a Lily Pad, probably. This deck would work with BTL Glacier. With 1 Hush, it might not, to be honest. Though I guess Umbrella gets you through a lot of things. Like, Umbrella does get you through a good chunk of their ice, and then Hush gets you through some of it. Egret gets you through some other stuff. Not having, I don't know, Conduit Aeneas maybe seems like the better way to go, just to, like, deal with that stuff, but... Alright, outfit. Time to get wrecked by Valentine, I guess. Though we do actually have the Takobi already, so... This is a difficult keep. Yeah, this seems better to me. The labor rights is bad. The living mural is not great. And having no clot's not great. And like the low value runs are a little bit easier to punish. But we do at least get to play Trojans this game. So we're going to go draw. This is pretty nice though. We'll run R&D. We'll slap a Cubon on here and breach the server. Let's see what we see. End of the line. That's unusual, but good to know. Draw, creative commission. So probably not going to do a lot of running right away. Probably need to do quite a bit of setup first here. How's my opponent giving me 2 tags though? I guess if I can like, yeah, it's like, you could maybe like public trail Angelique end of the line in some cases. I'm not actually supposed to trash that. That's just a mistake, but yeah, it's actually a pretty big mistake. There's no reason to trash the snare there. It just turns on Oppo research. Okay, but this suggests to me that this player is a little bit newer, so we just play slowly and carefully, and we can probably go and exploit them from here. Oh, no worries, Green. I would maybe ask that you mute the stream and close it for a bit. It's a little bit rude to be playing someone and then also be listening to them talking about their game plan. Not like hugely rude, but don't feel like... Yeah, and so now if you're listening, I can't really talk about my hand. No worries. Just a common etiquette. Okay, I'm going to draw, and I think we're just going to put down the environmental testing. We didn't run, so there's no public trail here. Yep, okay. Yeah, I mean, so it's, you know, maybe when Green comes back, we can talk a little bit about this game and, like, some things they could maybe do to kind of improve. Though, as I say that, I'm, like, my deck looks just as noobish, and, like, it's not doing anything. So, you know, pot, kettle, all that, not all that stuff. Do I, like, overclock, install the living mural with that just to get some value out of this hand? I feel like maybe. Oh, wow. That's nice for me. Oh, I guess now I'm in public trail range. Okay. We'll let Unbroken Subroutines fire. This is very funny that I happened to put my living mural on the Okay. So I'm actually supposed to jack out there because Public Trail is on successful run, I think. Let's just see, but that's, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, this list has felt very slow to get going, I'm going to be honest. And it's like we've taken it... Yeah, it's like... okay. Credit. Okay. Fortunately, my opponent's like not putting pressure on me to go forward here. Maybe I missed an opportunity to run through Valentau on that last turn. But we'll see. Okay. Can I run HQ here? If I go Umbrella install, Laundry HQ, there's a world where I get punished here. And it's this world. Okay. So what we're gonna do... What's my most efficient way of dealing with this? Oh, you know what it is? Okay. I'm gonna... just actually let things fire, I think. Right? Because, like, I could go egret, put the living mural down, get the Dakota... Like, I could do a lot of stuff. Or I can just let Unbroken Subroutines fire, I lose 2 credits, and we move on. I'll maybe run R&D with my last click here. Now I've got a bad pub. That does make my deck better. Pharos. Okay. So here I will now install an egret. And we will eat our living mural. And then I'm going to fully break Pharos. We'll put a counter onto Kobe and we'll draw a card. Well, it will also draw a card. I see another Valentau. That's not great. Yeah, so Daria, I could egret simulchip, but it is really expensive to actually do that, because living mural would be it would be 3, 4, 5, 6 to do that, and that's just not worth the HQ access, basically. Draw. Boy, not having real econ on the deck is bad, it turns out. We can run R&D to draw another card. Now this is a little bit bad because we are like... Okay, Polongi is kind of cute, I guess. Okay, now we can run HQ, and we can run HQ for no credits. Actually, to make 2 credits. That's starting to sound good. I don't think Wheels is super helpful here, so I'm probably going to ditch it. I'm not sure if I'm installing the Cleaver this game. So we're going to do something like this. And then next turn we can run HQ, make 2 credits, run R&D for no credits. Is this whenever? So we can actually just draw our cards by running the centrals. I mean, this almost makes me want to say that we should be playing Mining Accident Arasana, because having the bad pub, it seems to be what makes Umbrella like playable here. Okay, that's probably the second one of those is probably the second Valentau. I think we can just do this because we have the egret in hand. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go fully break Pharos. We'll draw a card. Overclock is okay here. Kevin has been playing Mining Accident Ari, and it seems to have some legs. That's kind of cute. Okay, we'll do this, and we'll fully break Valentau, and we'll put a counter onto Kobe. We'll draw a card. We'll make 2 credits. We'll see a seamless launch. That's a little bit unusual for sure. Credit, credit, DZMZ, because sequencing. Okay, so it costs us 2 credits to draw a card. We get into HQ. Now it costs us 1 credit. So we're going to draw. UAV is actually pretty solid here. So UAV... Honestly, I don't feel a need to run this turn, so we're going to just sit back. I don't really want my Urban Art Vernissage getting just public trailed and trashed, I think. Okay, maybe that I should have kept this wheel, it turns out. Let's credit twinning done, credit overclock server 2 here. I'm now not playing around the public trail at all. I guess actually my plan is to jack... Wow, that's an interesting include. Okay, so egret, I'm going to use post egret here. I'm going to spend 1 from UAV. Then I'm going to fully break battlement. We'll do 2 cards from here. Put a counter onto Kobe. We'll draw a card. And then I'm going to jack out so I don't get public trailed. Yeah, battlement is not a card you see very commonly. To be honest. Okay, so credit. I'm going to end my turn tag. That's kind of funny. Server 3. Ooh, that's not good either. That's quite bad, even. I'm probably dead, to be honest. Pretty sure I'm dead. That's funny. Okay. Yay. Yeah, this feels like an unmitigated disaster. So let's try and do some stuff to make it less of an unmitigated disaster. Twinning has not felt good. Labor rights has seemed bad. Let's go to Aeneas Informant. Let's just cut the twinning entirely, I think. We're going to go back to the standby of, oops, not triple conduit, single conduit, and a deep dive. And let's get some sure gambles in the list. Is environmental testing failing me? Or am I failing environmental testing? Flux capacitor can now go. I don't feel like we need the living mural anymore. Probably don't need Palangi, but it does seem kind of useful. We probably don't need 3 paint effects. overclocks here. Okay, so where can I spend influence to improve this? Like, should I cut this environmental testing for some actual econ? Should I cut the laundries for bravados? Probably not. I guess I don't need bones either now. I mean, could I do, like... So what would that cuts have to be? I'd have to cut 3 influence. And Wheels and Neas is a 5 influence package, so I'd be cutting the Hush and the Cleaver. So that seems like not a way to go. 4 turns is enough for Umbrella. We've got Pishasau, Cubon, Hush, that's 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Am I miscounting? Okay, you know what? We're gonna play an 8 influence runner deck because we're not playing very well. And we'll do another game of this. Oh, you know what would be like a decent dirty laundry replacement? Could be something like Raindrops Cut Stone, because you're just so often just like throwing yourself at stuff. I mean, this is a great start, though. Finally. Yeah, it might also be the second egret should be a Cubon, but I don't know. Or the second, the Palangi should be a second egret. Turn 1 gamble, conduit win. I don't think I can actually do that. Because they're showing some ice. Okay, now maybe I can. I mean, like, I'm not gonna, like, go super hard on it, but... Okay, so we know it's a Pulse and a Mega Pre. Okay, so that's probably a Mavirus. Let's run server 3, throw a Cubon down. Oh, I guess I could have let... Oh, that was silly of me. I could have actually run through this Pulse. Okay, so like in 2 turns I can actually go and do that play on R&D, I think. I can even use Pishasau to like make Pulse not do anything, I think. Please de-rest your Pulse, that would be great. Though I think I can just actually slap the... Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go draw. I mean, that's a pretty solid draw, right? But no, I actually think it's correct to not break this here. I just run server 3, slap a Pichasau on it. I let unbroken subroutines fire. I spend a click, I get a click back, I make 2 credits. No action, no action. Let's run HQ. So I don't think they can res here. Or rather, when I say I don't think they can res here, they can't res, I think, because I get to just go through and steal a lot of stuff from them. Yeah, we will trash Mr. Hendrick. Oh, I accessed Mr. Hendrick from the root. Oh, no, okay. Is that really the third Mr. Hendrick? That would certainly be annoying. Okay, we're gonna go draw, laundry archives, nightmare archive. We will add it to our score area because my opponent's just playing the most obnoxious thing. Okay. So, let's start bouncing things back to our hand. Probably the Cubon. Then I can install this umbrella. Click for a credit. Oh, I can't click for the credit there. Okay. So we're just gonna draw and run archives, Cubon on here, breach the server, end the turn. Okay, so I think it's install lilypad. Run server. Is it click for a credit? Run server 3. Cubon on here to draw a card. Then we fully break the pulse. We'll draw a card. Oh, that's a draw that we would really like, though. Oh, I wish I could have this on the board, though. Oh, wait, I can just go back and do that. Okay. No action, no action. Aeneas Informant. Run server 3. Fully break pulse. We'll draw another card. Pichasau will trigger. We'll gain a click. We'll add Pichasau to the grip. Corp is going to decide if they want to draw another card here. I'm going to breach the server. Access this. No action. Yes. No action. Yes. And then I'm just going to install a simul chip. Opponent is probably going to give me another core damage here. I'm not super worried about it. I guess it's going to be a thing that happens. Or not. Okay. So I could go, like, can I go credit, gamble? Or do I just go Palangi, run server 3, slap a Cubon down. If this is a bloop, I am a little sad. Okay. So I have to make you a code gate. I'm gonna fully break. Okay. Alright, see you tomorrow, Dario. Alright, that's unexpected. Boy. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. Not seeing the Jagarundi sports. Yeah, so they now have 2/2s in their deck. Not great for me. Definitely not great for me. I can break the Jagarundi for free next turn. You know, we can make this work, but it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be good. Okay, my opponent being on 2 credits is probably okay. Oh, I guess it's not. Okay. So we're gonna have to find a way to make this work. But we have a decent amount of draws to make something happen. Oh, that actually does do it, I think. We will take a tag. We're going to make you a code gate. We're going to use Umbrella. I'm going to steal a false lead. I forgot to click conduit there. Ugh. Run HQ. And fully break the echo. That can stay. Run archives. False lead. Great. Then we're going to deep dive. And we get the game. Superconducting hub. GG. Single G game. Wow. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, that's very funny after how salty I've been this whole game. Alright, we'll do... I think I said one more, and, you know, I'd like to play against something where I think we're seeing why this list isn't great, though maybe the Q loop is actually right here to just get our programs down enough. Was that good or was that a good or a game, you think? I don't know. My opponent did get pretty unlucky that I happened to top deck exactly what I needed there with the cleaver. I guess no, a simul chip would also have done it though. And like, I was going to hit agendas there, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I think I need to like just play Reg Arasana. I feel like 2 slap Vandals and you just play kind of an aggressive earlier style might be okay against a kind of PD heavy meta. But you sort of lack good reasons to play that style, I think. So it's like, okay, what are the powers of Shaper right now? Access to Deep Dive and access to Conduit, I guess, would be like the big arguments for it. Creative Commission's a very good card. Well, Creative Commission's a solid card. Diesel and Nuka are good draw cards in faction. But I haven't really seen much PE lately, which obviously means someone's going to go and bring it tomorrow, I think. But Pravdavos. Oh, this is actually a very good hand for me, though, I think. Because it can just be something like environmental testing, or diesel environmental testing, make a run, install coupon, jack out, creative commission. Loud, loud, loud is still about. Is it though? I like genuinely like probably I'm gonna just play Lou tomorrow. So I should probably play at least 1 practice game on stream. I just don't see how these like damage style decks are gonna do much against like against a deck that just plans to trash 1 to 2 cards a turn. It just seems quite tricky to me. Yeah, I'm a little bummed you can't make it too, Eric. You should still tell the New Hampshire meta they should make it down if they can. I'd like to get numbers close to last time. So, okay, spicy ice R&D. Ah, there goes the ice in HQ. So I feel like I want to go like Lily Pad, Cubon on the HQ ice, run server 2. Triple Cubon start feels pretty good most of the time. Yeah, we can afford to trash a Gaslight here. Draw and click for a credit. So this could be a Vig, it could be NGO, could be Scion, could be Bologna. Generally, my hypothesis against these decks is they can't actually do much to you. Okay. So I think I'm actually going to pressure HQ here first. Vasilissa, okay. Let's see. I think I'll just spend a click to clear a tag, and I'll trade 2 Cubons here, I think. so this is some kind of heavy tag nonsense. I guess that makes sense. It kind of has to be. We'll install the SMC first. Aeneas Informant's very good here. Yeah, I think we're just going to gamble here. So, opponent's still not really presenting much in the way of threats here. Still not putting down the simul chip is definitely questionable as I think about my turn, because opponent should probably be trashing it. Yep. I think we're still kind of in an okay space. So draw Aeneas, server 6. We can clear any single tag we get. I guess Behold gets us pretty good. And I was supposed to install a Cubon on HQ there, I think. I'm just going to draw another card, though. Okay, so we're slowly getting to a decent spot. Still no Urban Art Vernissage, but that's all right. I think we'll get there somehow. It is, yeah, being down. Being down 2 Cubons is going to make our deck struggle a little bit. Let's go simul chip. Kobe. Run HQ. This makes me think there's probably a Behold in there. Okay. We're just going to draw here. This is an environmental testing. I think I can fire off pretty easily. Might want to start actually going for the conduit dig. Big ol' NGO front. Okay. So far not punished for not running their advanceable cards. Second ice on R&D. It's almost like my opponent can hear me. Though it's not like Shaper running R&D is like some new thing. Okay. Draw. Environmental testing. Have I seen server 7? Probably not, right? We'll go server 7. Cubon on HQ. We're gonna draw a card. We're gonna breach a server. No action on Behold. We will gain a credit. Laundry. And be a little bit sad. There's a single end of the line, but we can act before we die to a mindscaping end of the line. I can't get 3. I can only get 2 charges on this environmental testing. Like HQ's got to be holding agendas at this point. We're 27 cards in. Yeah, it just has to be, right? So it's got to be the correct place to go here. next turn is maybe like Aeneas having bounced the Cubone on HQ, run HQ. Should be in a pretty decent spot to just kind of start hitting HQ. It might even be... No, we can put it down clicklessly. Because I can do some shenanigans, I guess. Okay, we'll run HQ. I want the Cubone down. Yeah, probably. Let's go Cubone here. Draw a card. Do I have... I don't have much in the bin that's super helpful here. Okay, so we're probably just running HQ on... Don't know that I want to access Behold last click, and if my opponent's content to not do much, yeah, one run of turn's probably not the best for me. But if they're gonna run Beholds, I probably need to respect them a little bit. And probably this turn it's going to be no bounce on the Cubone. So I can Pichasau run HQ. Done. Run HQ. Install Pichasau. Here, drawing a card. Okay. So we'll have to check some of server 9 and 10. I'll put the threat on the Spin Doctor here. I have already trashed a card. My opponent playing Oracle Think Tanks and False Leads seems odd. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get... What are we getting here? End of the line. How are we firing this end of the line? I might want to just go and get my umbrella with this SMC here. But no, I think this is all right. Okay, I think it's going to be environmental testing and gain a credit. Yeah, I don't know. This just feels like a slow drag out between the two of us, where both of our decks are too bad to actually go and win the game. So we'll play one game of Lou after this, then we'll do some meta analysis, then maybe we'll call it a bit of a short stream. But yeah, I don't know. Hope everyone's having a good night. It seems, I get why everyone's a little quiet, but okay. So I think I just have to do these annoying, like, run server 13. No action. Yes, yes. Always. Always. Run server 14. We're gonna put a hush here. Draw a card, breach a server. If this is a sign, I'll be a little sad. Okay, that's fine. So 2 beholds are actually down. That makes me, hey, no worries, cat. You work a lot of hours, so okay. Bologna scored. So I probably do have to check server 3 now, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I can clear 3 Chekist tags here. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. 4th one's not ideal. I'm going to lose my 2nd urban environmental testing here, and maybe my urban art vernissage as well. So we're going to lose a lot of econ. Actually, maybe I think what I should do is go SMC now, get my umbrella while I've got the urban art. Yeah, that may have reminded my opponent that that was there, but I think it's just like I gotta play for my own sake at a certain point. This is the last behold or another Chekist. I'm pretty owned, I think, but okay. Probably still pretty owned, but I am really enjoying these beats though. It's a nice little vibe. Oh, actually, I need to kind of clicklessly gain some credits here. Okay, so much for that idea. Yeah, just hitting a lot of stuff here was not great. Yeah, this is going to end poorly for me because I think my opponent's on 2 ends of the line. I don't really have an out here. take a tag. We will let unbroken subroutines fire. I'll take another tag. Okay. I'll run HQ. Yeah. Run HQ. Okay, yeah, that's me dead. Alright, let's go play some good decks for a bit, and we'll put this rain behind us. And maybe I'll try an actually good Arsana deck at some point, but okay, where are we? Let's go and get this. And we're going to call this Janktivist. Janktivist Lou. 44 cards feels like a lot. But I don't know what any of the cuts would be. So let's play a game or two. Let's go. Hey, Diogenes. How you doing? We're having a quiet, chill evening here. Tried to play some Umbrella Arasana. I think, honestly, if I'm going to do that, it needs to be less engine-y and more just reg, as opposed to trying to do two weird engines at the same time. So now we're just going to get a rep or two with Lou. And then go from there. I think this is a good starting hand because we can just go Audrey Imp and kind of get set up. Okay, so this is 54 card PE. Raindrops, Cut Stone, and Umbrella deck is a flavor window. Yeah, it's a decent include for sure. All right, click one. We're returning the click. Good start. Okay, I feel like it's Imp, Boomerang, on HQ. Click for a credit, run HQ. Oh, I guess there's no announcing here, so that click for a credit was wrong, but yeah, we'll imp that. Hedge fund. Okay, so now there is a Nazi threat. I'm assuming it is the Persephone one, but we'll see. Hopefully Cat will answer in a minute. Okay. Don't think a Nazi can kill me here, so I don't mind just tanking it. Why play the Lou when you can play Freedom? Because Lou is way better here. So, like, drawing a card and making a credit is very good. Freedom has very few targets in practice. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna click for a credit here. Oh, I didn't realize this was like always active. And also being a smaller deck size is slightly more optimal. Freaking longevity serum. Wow. Okay. These beats are making me want to take a nap. They are nice chill beats. Maybe a little too chill, but okay. So we're gonna draw, install fermenter. Lou became very good with the release of Strike Fund. I mean, with like, yeah, once people figured out this engine, Lou became very, very good. I think we'll remove the tag here. Like it also like this deck doesn't work against all metas. Like this deck does depend on Corpse needing to combo out a little bit of trying to do some aggressive rushing. So it's not like universal. Yeah, Kat, that's actually probably a very good way to put it. Freedom always has had draw issues, and you know, Lou is not going to have those draw issues. Though I'm certainly not playing this correctly right now, in that I am having draw issues. Okay, so I could ditch 2 cards from hand. I feel like I can do that. Botulus is okay. We will break up 2 subroutines. Who does 3/2's PE? I'm very confused. Yeah, Botulus and just go back in is also an option. And maybe that's the correct option, Chris. I kind of wanted the click flexibility more. Because I guess my feeling is I have a lot of simul chips. PE usually has some limitations. And I do have the boomerang in hand as well. So I can go something like, click this fermenter, fire the price, knob curry price, cookbook, boomerang. So now I can go probably knob curry. Draw, run R&D. I'll imp that, get a buffer drive, nice, and let's set you to always. Okay, my opponent has a pad campaign behind a palisade. Yeah, Diogenes, Freedom has had severe draw issues for almost its entire existence. Like, it's the best Freedom deck of all time, ran triple crowdfunding because it had, like, as part of its draw solution. Like, the deck has had historically quite a few struggles. Just because it is a pretty greedy engine, and like basically Imp Knobkery does the same thing that Freedom does, but you draw a card and gain a credit rather than like having to run a bunch of other stuff. And like we have a lot of extra synergies that are just a little bit, like it's just better to draw a card and gain a credit than it is to have access to a little bit of extra trash. That's like, it's not exciting, it's just kind of what people figured out. Like this isn't a list that I figured out or saw coming. Gachapon, Simulchip, Numb, Boomerang. I guess it's just Simulchip here. That's a bummer. Simulchip. Click for a credit. Yeah, I don't know. This is like, this is also just my a weird setup for both of us here, I think. Oh, I think I'm supposed to just leave this Tranquilizer on the Phenutria. That's what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay. So we go Imp on the Palisade. Run server 1. Break a subroutine. Imp a pad. It's like some very old era net runner. This probably gets out of Purge, but you know, it means we get to attack the opponent's credit pool a bit. If they do an overwrite, I think we just get to pull a Fermenter back. We need our second cookbook. Solidarity Badge, we'll draw a card. I guess this is probably an NGO front, so I'm probably not getting much out of this. Urtica Cipher, sure. Okay, so I did lose my buffer drive and one of my labor rights, but I don't think that's that big a deal. Okay. Yeah. Am I on 3 or just 2 labor rights? We'll see. 2 labor rights, okay. Let's labor rights. We'll shuffle back. I think a labor rights, a buffer drive, and a DJ, I think. Gonna click for a credit, install an imp. I'm clicking for credits here, I think, because I want to try and loop the strike funds to get infinite credits. Probably at end of turn, I'm going to simulchip an imp for a fermenter. So a little surprised my opponent's not purging here. So if this is another Phenutria, I'll be a little bit sad, I guess. I almost wonder if you could play a Hush in this deck. Just play 45. But I would honestly, like, the Clot I'm a little bit suspicious of. Oh, I used the wrong imp there, but oh well. So Gachapon is almost guaranteed to hit a card I need to hit here, I think. Okay, so we'll install the cookbook. We'll shuffle back a Simulchip, a Labor Rights. Yeah, this is a problem. I think a Buffer Drive. And run HQ again. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to do the Gachapon just because all the cards in my deck are good and I should have done that math, but, you know, we live and we learn. Is there a face-up Fuji? Yeah, there is a face-up Fuji. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to imp this. Then I'm going to run Archives. Yeah, this is an unusual PE list. I could probably wait a turn, but it's pretty likely that a simulation reset or something comes through. So, okay, I will steal the Blood in the Water. And I'll steal Fuji Asset Retrieval and win the game. GG. Yeah, I think like this Lou deck just kind of demolishes a lot of slightly suboptimal lists. Which is why we've seen it rise up in quite a lot of popularity. I think what we're going to do is go over to this. So I want to look at like how the meta has evolved, and I think it's really kind of interesting. So I'm going to open up a notepad. Okay, let's go new. Let's pop this out. And then we're going to grab that. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got... okay. So we have Worlds 23. Does Lou count as mulch? I don't think so, but it's not like they're not like enormously different decks. I just don't think they're particularly the same deck. Okay. So right, Hoshiko. So corpse side, we've got like Asa 1/3, PD 1/3. No, it's not 1/3. They're combined to be 28%, so like 1/6. 1/6. We have op and outfit. Outfit. And then we have about 7. Yeah, we've got about 10% NEA, or we've got R plus at 1 and 10 and NEH at 1 and 10. And then runner side, we have Hoshiko as 1 and 3 ish. Then Sable as 1 and 8-ish. Essa as 1 and 8-ish. And then Arasana as 1 and 10. And this is like Swiss, okay, right? And then if we go to the cut, it is NEH as 1 and 4. This is outfit as 3 and 16, so about 1 and 4. We'll call it 1 and 5. Do you think NEH is weaker with all the Lou running about? Yeah, because the Lou deck can run the hand or run the board and trash the assets at very low cost. And if the Lou deck can trash the end of the line, like the NEH deck just can't really win. Like it functionally cannot win if Lu trashes the end of the line, because it cannot score out without telegraphing, and the Lu can actually tank all the tags and just keep playing. At least that's my understanding of the matchup. PD is 1 in 5, and then everything else is kind of smaller. And then runner side, like this is actually one of the things I want to capture, right? So Sable is about 1 in, no, it's like 1 in 3-ish. And then we have Hosh as 1 in 3. And then we have some other stuff. But like that's kind of, I guess we have Essa as 1 in 8. So if you look, like Sable was underplayed at Worlds relative to her performance. We have Hosh was converted at her performance rate. PD slightly outperformed. Asa severely underperformed. You know, some of these other things, you know, they did okay. They did, you know, about as expected. Then, like, a month later, right? 10/29, 10/15, not even a full month, like 2 weeks later, suddenly we see half the field is, so this is Euros, or this is, sorry, UK Nats. Swiss is like 42%. Actually, here, that's it. It's like this super weird thing where it's like, okay, op takes up, we have op at, what's 1 in 15 roughly. It's like 16%, right? So that's 1 in 8. No. 1 in... Yeah. 1 in 6, sorry. Is a close approximation. And then we've got 1 in 8 for restoring humanity. And then we've got, I'm going to call R plus NEH as, I'm going to kind of combine them because I think it's kind of worth doing. 1 in 5 at this point because they kind of converge. And then runner side is 44 in 10 Hosh, and then like nothing else. So like, you know, 1 in 10 Sable. Ooh. I should be consistent with my pattern. Sable 1 in 10, and Lat 1 in 10. Then when you go to the cut, it's all Hosh and Lu. And it's RH, PD, and op at 1/3. 1/3. How'd you get an even 1/3? Oh, this is the AMT. Oh my goodness. I was like, this doesn't look right. Okay. Lol. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we have R plus as 1/4 of the field. Should probably just be recording percentages because that's easier. Yeah, we got there, Cat. It took me a little bit longer than it should. And then we have op as 1 in 10. And then we've got Hosh as 1 in 3. Oops. Sable as 1 in 6. And Essa as like 1 in 7-ish. Then you go to the cut, and it's like, you know, R plus is now 1 in 3. PD is 1 in 8. Op is like 1 in 7. No. I should be able to do this math in my head, probably. Oh, is it? No, it's like 1 in 6, yeah. Okay, so Op slightly overperforms. You see Hosh at still 1 and 3. We could probably do more accurate fractions. And then we have Lat at 1 and 4. So Lat like comes out of nowhere, does quite well. And then like New Year's Showdown, suddenly we're at a quarter Lu, or we're at a quarter Hosh, 20%. UK seems a lot like a lot of players who are treating it as a yearly get together. Yeah, I think that's kind of true. I think it's interesting, like, so UK Nats is won by PD, but then there's 4 Reality Pluses below it, and then some Ops, and then another Reality Plus. So like it's quite the mix of stuff. We have some Sable playing Comfort stuff. Then like some time passes, like basically December doesn't have any major events in it. Actually, now that it's just November, to be honest. And suddenly, like, no ban list changes, just like people having seen both Worlds and UK Nats and some decks of the week happening. And like post UK Nats, everyone was like, this NEH deck is broken, we have to ban stuff. And instead, the SBT said, let's wait and see. We've seen some other cool tech. And I think it really paid off in that you see Hosh and Lu. Like, Lu goes from basically being nowhere to rising up. Taking first. Mulch comes in second. We have Red Crim coming in third. Red Crim in fourth. Red Crim in fifth. And then more Mulch stuff on 6 through 8. So like suddenly this whole new runner archetype emerges that would have been legal the whole time, right? And probably pretty good into Sokka's BTL Glacier list that was like trying to rig shoot and build up like a really annoying board state. And the other story is that Precision Design has like taken off. It's a quarter of the field and then like almost more than half the cut. So somehow this meta with no bans has just seen this evolution from Reg Runner, like Reg Hosh, to, oh, Crim's quite good. Oh, wait, maybe it's actually has to be Reg Hosh. Oh, no, it's actually this entire engine runner. And that's all been led by, you know, Corp is responding by playing these kind of Rush Glacier stuff, or like this like Rush stuff. And then Corp's going, oh, wait, like R plus assets is kind of nuts, or NEH assets is kind of nuts, and so we should runners now have to respond to it. They respond to it by coming up with these infinite imp engines, and then so then corps have to go back to the rush PDs, and so we seem to be in some kind of cyclical pattern here, which is a thing that we haven't happened in Netrunner in a long time, where like without ban list changes, without new card releases, the meta is moving like quite a bit, and suddenly we see like Op coming back in the picture. We see Glacier as Mari and Glacier Ag Infusion coming back, and yeah, it's a bit of a rock paper scissors meta. I think the good thing about this meta is, like, I think your corp has to be ready to like handle Lu, but I don't think that like it's not like it's a hard rock paper scissors. It's like a soft rock paper scissors where like you can pick favored matchups against a predicted field, but you can't predict like, oh, if I just bring this deck, I'm going to win for free against all of these decks. You do have to play it out, and a lot of these runner decks are really demanding of skill, and the corp decks are like so intensely about how you place your ice and how you and how you challenge the runner. I think it's a super interesting meta, and like I am super happy that we've ended up in this meta that's like this solid. Like, I think we've gotten pretty lucky. I'm not sure if Next Command would be my place to go, compared to just saying Corpse should probably all be on 2 to 3 viruses. But and Boomerang, and also an extra card Ice for Audrey. Yeah, that's pretty fair, Chris. But you know, I think this is like I need to figure out how I can like make some nice visualizations so I can make a fun little like, you know, like 5 to 10 minute YouTube video about this or something, and then maybe throw up the deck list, because like I think it's super cool that we've had these evolutions of the meta. I think there's also, like, for me as like a member of OP, some lessons learned about the CBI. And I think one thing we're definitely gonna be looking at is if it makes sense to have more rounds for this many number of players, because 8 rounds was extremely brutal. But it's a little bit, you know, that's still, I think, something that's being discussed. I also want to quickly, I suspect all of you on the stream know this, but this has been actually a thing I've been spending a lot of work on behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff that OP has been working on behind the scenes. Hey, Augustus. Thanks for coming by. Also, Augustus, you should make a claim. Where are we? You got second. You should make a claim. Yeah, the start time, I have some thoughts. I'm not going to share them here because I've shared them with the OP team and we're going to discuss. But yeah, this is a thing, so... and I probably should include some images of the cards we're replacing, but this is actually one of the things. So I was like, oh, I've got some fun things to show, and it's like boomerangs, but they are printed by the right people, and seamless launches. Like, these are going to be shipped out to people. Cards are arriving at our distributors in a week or two, then being shipped out to people with the playmats. And you're also getting the Cat's amazing Tarubolas. Oh, this is super washed out. How can I not wash this out? Okay, that's a little better. And oh yeah, right up. My runner one might be a bit over ambitious. Well, I excited to read that. And then yeah, the prepaid voice pads. And there's also, honestly, still the Scott Uminga drafters. I'm so glad. Like, I'm still pretty hyped about. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough advertising for OP. I think I'm actually going to call it. It's been a bit of a long week. Maybe on Sunday I'll do a little stream that's a tournament recap. Or maybe I'll try and do some editing because... because I think, honestly, if I did some editing on stream, people could yell at me and instruct me on how to do things better. And that would be good. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And next week, I think I'm gonna have Beeblum on for our next op video. So excited to do that. We'll have a longer stream next week. And if you want to play against Ben and I on op, that would be wonderful. So feel free to DM me, and I'll give you a time slot. I'll give you some decks, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thanks everyone, and I'll catch y'all next week. Yeah, for sure, Ben. Skunkworks builds are, I think, something I want to try out quite a bit. So yeah.